Hey YouTube, it's Farmall 51 here. Alright, this is still cold from Milwaukee here, just about. No, just kidding, but finally picked up 47 block for the 47 Cub, which is now I'm going to name it Don Lee, D-O-N and then L-E-E. That was the original owner of this tractor, and he lived up toward Rocky Mount, maybe a little east, I think, somewhere right in there. So this tractor could have come from Bone International. It could have come from Mills International. It could have come from I think there's some other smaller dealers around that way. Could have come from Wilson. There's really no telling. But I think, from what I understand, the gentleman lived pretty close to Rocky Mount up that way, so more than likely it probably would have come from Bone International. So, but you can see it's a short block, no crank. I've got the pistons and a lot of the little pieces all in the box here, and like I say, come with the head. As you can see there, that's the August the 1st of 1947. And as you can see, it's got the R1 casting, which I think that pretty much means it's the first version of the Cub engine, R1. And I think, when they revised something, I think they went to like R2 and R3 and 4, and it seems like, I think the 140 got like a R8 or something on it, but I can't remember now. But here's the firing order, kind of interesting way. I've never seen that before on a Cub. And the number's there, but it's got a little bit of surface rust on it. Everything looks to be okay. I don't see any other cracks in it. It may not come up on the video. Let's see if I can get as you can see, there's a crack that runs up till about right there. And it does not go complete, it doesn't go through. So what it looks like to me is where part of the casting may have broke from there, but it's not on the inside from what I can tell. So that's a plus. So what I'm going to do is, got a friend of mine. I'm going to go. First thing is I'm going to take the block to a local machine shop here and do the hot bath where they clean it. It'll strip all the paint, every little thing, all in here. I can't think of what they call it now, but they'll completely strip it. No oil. It'll clean all the oil, every little crevice in here out. It'll clean all that out, and it'll be nice and oily. Then I can take it and I'll get wrong side. I'll take it and get the crack fixed, and then what I'll do is put it on my engine stand, and then slowly, piece by piece, I'll go ahead and get the cranking the stuff in the cam back in it, all the gearing, and probably what I'm going to do is the engine that's in that Cub, the 1952 engine, I'll probably take most of the hardware that's on the inside and use that to put it back together. So I may find another engine if that crank there doesn't look too good. So, but like I say, the tractor's not going to be used for hard labor. So as you can see here, this head here is a 77Q. That's 1947 R1 casting. So that's July 7th, and or I keep looking at the wrong place on the camera. July 7th, and that tractor is a mostly July tractor. So this August block here will pretty much fit right in with it. Engines were made separate, so can't think of anything else. I apologize for the lighting. I just got in, but I thought that was kind of interesting. These little dots here in the cast. I don't think I've seen that before in a Cub Block, but maybe, I don't know. But yeah, everything looks good on it. Like I say, I'll probably get a new oil pump and all that and go through it. But I'm gonna take my time on this and go through this engine. Like I said, this tractor deserves to be restored and not scrapped or parted out. I hate to see stuff parted out, especially early tractors, later tractors, unique tractors. You know, you need to save stuff like that. You don't need to. It doesn't need to be parted out or chopped up and sold for scrap to China. So, and you kind of, you want to preserve stuff like this. So, but I like to thank good friend of mine, Jared Olson there. He's got a YouTube channel, and I know he's got several videos on there. But he, like I say, this block come out of Milwaukee, and a guy named Pete up in Milwaukee, and he discovered the crack in the block. Oh, I'm on the wrong side again. He discovered the crack there and decided, and I don't think he wanted to really mess with it, and so he found him another block. I think he used most of the parts in here for the engine that he's got now, so in his Cub. And I put a ad on farmallcub.com looking for an engine block, and he responded and said, hey, I've got one right here. So we worked the deal out, got it to Jared's house in Illinois. And by the way, I really appreciate it, Jared. You really come through and helped me out and got a holding place for it. Like I said, I got it to Illinois, and a good friend of mine in our international club there, Chapter 37, Mr. Ron, he travels out that way quite a bit with his work, off and on, about every 2 or 3 weeks, and he offered to bring it back for me, and we worked the deal out, and he brought it back for me and just picked it up today. So I believe the process started sometime in January or before. I can't remember now when all this started, but it has been something else to go through fast and all. Is kind of a aggravating. I had no idea what a Cub Block weighs. It's a little less than 100 pounds, I believe. I could pick it up, and it was a little bit of a strain, but it wasn't too bad. So it can't be over 100 pounds, but but anyway, so it's just kind of a hassle to go through all that stuff with them trying to get this coordinated and how much it weighs. And of course, nobody knew how much a Cub Block weighed. And let's see, like I said, nobody knew what a Cub Block weighed, and just trying to get all that coordinated, and finally got it to Jared's house through fast and all. And like I said, it made the trip to North Carolina from Illinois, southern Illinois, and picked it up today. So I'd like to thank both of them for making it, getting it to me, and Jared to hold it, and Ron to bring it to me. So, like I said, I've got the pistons and all that in there, and that's pretty much it. One thing I wanted to note was, you can see this was a typical problem on these Cubs, because the block, if I'm right, when they made these blocks, they were a little on the thinner side in places, and this was a problem cracking here, stress crack from either somebody wrapping a chain around the front axle, yanking it, because the engine is part of the frame on the Cubs, pulling it like that, or like I say, crossing the ditch, or they just a lot of them had a crack here, stress cracks, I guess. But it's worth saving. It's worth spending a little bit of money on, and I know it's stupid in a way, but like I said, I want a matching Cub. It's my Cub, and that's what I want. I want a matching Cub, and I know it's not the engine that come with it. Of course, you'll never find that engine again, because the Lord knows where that thing went to 20, 30 years ago. So, But I've got a 47 block. You know, I probably could have waited and found one, but you know, the odds of finding one that's all together and getting it for the price that I've got this one is next to nothing. So fortunate to find this one, even though if it does have a crack in it. But you know, you got to take what you can get. And so, like I said, I'm gonna take my time. You know, it's not gonna be now. It's not gonna be in a month or two. It'll probably be a year or two. I'll take my time and do it right, completely rebuild this engine from one end to the other. Like I said, I'll get it cleaned, get it crack welded up, probably hone it, get all that measured. I've got the pistons over there, get the rings and all that for them, get that in, get the pump, and then the valves and stuff over here, get all that. Like I say, I'll probably take most of that out of the other engine over there and put in here. So, but anyway, that's it. That's the update. The Cub Block is in, finally. And I'll do little videos on this as I go. I probably won't do a part because it'd be strung out so far you'll never be able to find all the videos. And I did know this one. Note on this one has the short dipstick hole on it. So my other Cub, my 51 Cub, has a little bit longer stick, and it kind of interferes with the Zenith carburetor that I've got on it. So. But you have to kind of wiggle the dipstick out to get it to come out. So, but anyway, that's it. And thanks for watching. And like I say, stay tuned. And I don't know when I'll be able to get this cleaned. I'll get some prices on it. And probably here, like I say, landscaping is kind of, spring is kind of sprung here and around Raleigh, North Carolina. And my time is getting shorter on working on stuff. It seems like just the initial rush of spring, everybody wants everything done and spruced up and spraying. The wind has been blowing here non-stop for the past couple of weeks, so I've been trying to spray, and it's hard to spray, and you can't spray when the wind is blowing. So, but like I say, everything's just been kind of taking my time up here lately. But this will be a project here I'll work on, and like I say, I want to have a nice Cub. And a side note there, I'm still looking for a 47 final drive. If anybody has a final drive housing, whole or empty here, you can see where this one here was broke out, and the way it's broke, it's going to be impossible to repair it and it be structurally sound enough to not crack again. So I've got two 1948 final drives that have everything in them, and I would be glad to trade both of those final drives for a 47 Q-dated final drive, and I'll show you here. It's a 1948 final drive for my Cub. That's the long axle side, be the driver side, I guess you'd say. And then here's the other one. I imagine it needs a seal on the front there from what the oil looks like, but they're both fine. There's no cracks in them whatsoever. I got them from a good friend of mine. We do some trading a lot and take a lot of trips together and finding parts and stuff. But I got these from him, and I would be glad to trade both of these for one final drive housing or anything. So keep that in mind if you happen to come across something. Like I said, I got the final drives apart laying here, and that's the good final drive. And I got all the parts out of it, and I'm getting ready to rebuild those. So, but like I say, if you come across one, let me know, please, and we'll work a deal out. We'll do some trading and all that. So, all right, thanks for watching.